forced me this first one, which is my first time. No, you said you had 20 rows before you. Liar.
It's a Pizzafellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizzafellas.
I love this song.
That's great.
Great song.
Yo, what's up, everybody out there? Pizzafellas podcast number 3. Joe Ruffino in the house, Biagio Pizzeria, Oliver Nasseri, Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops on Facebook, Antonio DeFiore, Anna Capri Foods, my son Sal Ruffino in the house, Biagio Pizzeria. We have some special guests tonight. We got my nephew Gus Elias Farmers Market's here. He's in on the show. I got my brother-in-law, Maurice Azar's Farmers Market over there in Bethlehem. So if you're looking for some good produce, you can hit both those markets up, Elias in Allentown and Azar Market in Bethlehem. Outside of that, I'm going to pass it over to my son. We got an exciting show today for the third podcast. Sal, you do the intro for our start of the show.
Welcome to episode 3, guys. We are here tonight. Now, honorary, as we start every episode.
Our show.
Salute. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Ah, it's fucking good.
Oh, we are drinking. I don't even know how to say that.
That's actually.
How do you say
Justin,
that?
how do we say that?
Say it.
Adictivo Tequila.
Tequila.
And yeah.
Oh, tequila tonight.
Yeah, that's absolutely fucking delicious.
Oh, that was
Mexico.
smooth. That was fucking smooth.
That's
dangerous.
That
Absolutely. That's
is
dangerous.
dangerous.
You put that over
Viva
right.
Mexico.
That's a fucking dangerous.
That's not that tequila you
Mango.
drink and you never drink tequila again. You know,
No.
this you keep drinking.
No,
This is good
you know what
stuff.
it tastes like? Tastes like pancake syrup.
Oh, a little bit.
Get the pancakes out, son of a bitch, now. Let's go.
You
Well,
drink pancake syrup?
We drink.
Yeah.
We have tequila
Yes.
because it's called fucked up pancake morning.
Yeah.
So this episode, guys, we're going to do every couple episodes, we're going to switch it up here. We're going to do 6 topics, all right? 10 minutes each topic. Justin,
Q&A.
our editor here, we're going to do a little Q&A. He's going to ask us a question, can do with anything going on in the world, pizza industry, et cetera, et cetera. And we also will have a special guest on tonight.
Joe Soldridge, Mountainside Pizza, Bath, Pennsylvania.
Yes, he brought some
Yeah.
He's
pizza
in the
for us
house.
to
He brought
taste.
some pizza. Mm-hmm. We're trying it out.
Yep.
We're gonna heat it up.
Heat
We're
it
gonna
up.
eat.
Yeah. Are you up there by that old Allentown Suzuki? Way up there, up Blue Mountain Ski Area?
Blue Mountain
Okay.
Ski Area.
All right,
So
very good.
we're going to do 3 topics to start here. Then we'll take our usual quick break, and we'll get Joe on. We'll try some pizza, and then we'll finish up with another 3 topics, all right?
Yeah, Joe's a little tight, so we got to do another topic and have him drink a few beers and do a couple shots before he gets on the mic here.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Justin,
Yeah.
come on into the mic. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, tonight, so we're going to start off talking about something that's taken off in the Lehigh Valley here called pickle pizza. And then we're also going to talk about the old pineapple and ham pizza. What do we think about Hawaiian
Topic.
pizza?
Thoughts on Hawaiian pizza?
Who's going?
Yeah, so
Oh.
let me we're going to start. Everybody makes their regular Hawaiian pizza. They just throw their pineapple on normally. But Joe put a little spin on it, so we'll talk to Joe about what he does with his pineapple.
So I've been seeing. I was never a fond pineapple person. I'm a pepperoni sausage guy.
Me too.
I'm a cheese guy. You know what I mean, like that. I mean, I had today. I had like 3 different freaking pizzas. How about I
Yeah.
made that pie for us today? It
was actually pretty good.
Banging.
Well, it's something you don't eat every day. It's like something you eat
Right.
once a month, but
No,
you know,
he's
it comes
talking
into
about a
play.
pizza that he made.
Well, I'm saying the pineapple pizza.
So here's what I started to do. I started a couple weeks ago. I started roasting the pineapple. I started roasting it. So I made it with prosciutto. And here's the thing. When you roast the pineapple and you put it in that oven, and it's no different than if you're roasting garlic or you're doing roasting onions, you put it in that saute pan, you get it in there, and all of a sudden the juices start rendering down. You're not putting any sauce on, but you're just bringing out the characteristics of this. You throw salt on there, some seasoning, you burst it out. Suddenly you get in there, you get nice. We did it with prosciutto. I've done it with grilled chicken, bacon, and just a light touch of pepperdew. Pepperdew is such a great flavor.
Sweet
on
and
the pineapple.
savory.
Yeah.
Right? It is sweet, but it's not like something
Yeah,
where you
people
put
think
Thai
it's
chili.
spicy. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
that
not.
spicy.
It's not at all. And it actually has a course in pizza. once you roast it. Taking it from the raw state, like a lot of places do tidbits, chunks, whatever they choose. We use a tidbit style pineapple, okay? It's nice, it's sweet, but once you roast it, it's a whole new dynamic. And at this point in time, that's how I'm going to plan to do our pineapple at Biagio's. And anybody out there, if you want to know how I do it, give me a call.
Now, where'd you come up with that idea?
Because, you know, I was looking at it, and I said to myself, how can you put a better spin on this? And you know what? It really came to me, and I'm not going to lie, I was at a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah,
they roast
the rodizio.
They roast
the
it.
shish kebab.
And I thought to myself, I'm sitting back, I said, well, why the fuck not we roast it for the pizza? You know, it's no different than, you wouldn't put raw mushrooms on the pizza. You follow me? So we saute our mushrooms, we season them. We use all fresh sliced mushrooms at the shop. We don't use any can. And we cook that off, so why not do this? But there's nothing like throwing it in the pan. Or if you want to do a lot, you put it in a lasagna tray, boom, right inside there, you season it up. We have a seasoning program that we do for it, what I want it prepared in that way. But when it comes out, the juice from it is fucking bad. It's its own sauce. I mean, it's a pie. The freaking try. You get it with prosciutto on it. You touch of arugula.
What's your thoughts, Antonio?
Honestly,
You gotta try it. You gotta try it.
Love
Do
hate.
you like
I-
pineapple on a pizza?
I like selling pineapple to pizzerias. To me, they could put pineapple on pizza, pickles on pizza.
So I saw a guy the other day. It was on Instagram or something. He took pineapple. I don't know if he roasted it, but I know he tossed it in tahini, and then
That sounds good.
tahini, and then he put it on a street corn pizza.
Really?
So it was like a pineapple street corn pizza with tahini on it. Fucking looked delicious. It probably would go great with the tequila that we're drinking.
Oh, yeah.
But it was good. It was on Instagram. I forget who it was. I was probably too high or drunk when I was watching the video. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It looked fucking amazing. Wow. And I would definitely like that.
I get tahini. I love tahini.
Tahini's a good
on
thing.
Fruit. Oh my God, it's good on pineapple.
But I mean,
delicious.
pineapple's good. You got bacon. It goes great with bacon.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
great with prosciutto.
Yeah.
Ham, obviously.
Canadian bacon goes good with
Oh,
it too.
Canadian
Oh,
bacon.
yeah.
Jalapenos.
How
A
about
nice
a
smoked ham. You put it on
Pepperoni.
Well, where I grew up, it was Taylor ham, which is actually pork roll. So
Yeah.
pork roll and
Wow.
pineapple.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another twist. to
Pork
that.
roll. What about Spam and pineapple on a pizza?
Oh, I
You
can
could do
see
that
it.
too. Hey,
Spam
try
doesn't
it.
get enough credit.
Spam.
Yeah, remember
a
the
lot of people eat
Spaminator
that
burger?
fucking spam.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we sold so much spam when we did the Spaminator burger. I came out with like Arnold on the freaking infomercial and shit.
Spam
that
burger?
was fucking awesome. That was I forgot about that.
I don't know if I'm going to try that, though.
Oh,
was
shut the
good.
fuck
Oh,
up.
my God, were you
You'll
serious?
try it.
What are you talking
Saltiness,
Get the hell outta here.
saltiness in a sandwich.
Like you
is
wouldn't
Spam
eat it.
burger,
savory. It's savory.
Spam pizza. Come on now.
Seriously,
We're going
there's
to
like
get
a-
fucking sponsored by
Where did I-
Spam.
There's a
Spam's
spam,
great.
There's a spam restaurant in Hawaii that actually.
Come on.
If they fucking import spam
There's
from
a
the States.
Spam restaurant in Hawaii.
I swear, I seen it on some fucking network, Discovery or Cooking Channel or some bullshit.
Fake
What-
news.
No, it's not fake news. It's fuck.
Look it up. Look it up on your phone.
Look it up on
Look
your
it
phone.
up on your
fuck
phone.
ass.
All right,
I-
that's not bad.
What's our next topic?
I'd say the topic, all the New Yorkers coming here, New Jersey people saying that, they live here for 10 years and they still say all the Valley pizza sucks. And there's some good pizza in the Lehigh Valley, really good pizza in
No,
the
there's
Valley.
good pizza. There's good operators.
And there's
in
a
the
lot of bad
Valley. A
pizza.
lot.
I mean, New York has 10,000, if not tens of thousands of pizza shops. And yeah, you have Bleecker Street and a couple other great places. But for every great place, you got a bunch of shops
Yeah,
that
but did
aren't
you ever
great.
see that? There's a map out there. Fuck, I wish if I looked it up. There's a map out there that says the number one topping in each state.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think Kentucky is like corn.
Oh, yeah.
It's some-
Yeah, I
it's
saw that.
something. Don't quote me on it, but if you look it up, it's every state has their number one fucking topping, and all these places you'll see Midwest, Southwest. These places got the craziest stuff. I mean,
Yep.
think about it. There's people putting what's those called, the Takis.
Yeah.
The Takis.
Takis
Yeah.
is a hot Doritos.
Takis is a hot
That's
thing,
something
yeah.
right now people are playing
Sandwiches,
Yeah.
pizza. It's
Takis
all
are getting
over.
on
I mean, there was
pizzas.
Cheetos, Doritos, and fuck.
Oh, the flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
I even made a pizza like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll put a picture up for this podcast.
What
in it.
state do you think eats the most pizza per capita per person?
If I had to guess,
I mean, maybe New York. Would you say New York? New Jersey?
maybe New Jersey.
It's
Jersey.
fucking Rhode Island, the smallest state.
Are you serious?
You're such
Yeah,
you're
Where
such
yeah.
a
I just
fucking
looked up some
information?
pizza. I looked up some pizza trivia.
Wow. Wow, I would have never
Rhode
guessed
Island.
What do you think the number one thing about pizza that California Googles?
Avocado.
They want nuts and what is it?
I'll tell you, vegan.
Fake meat.
They want vegan
Gluten-free.
pizza,
Gluten-free pizza
I knew
is the
it.
number one thing they
Fucking
Google in
California.
California. And
That's a state going to shit.
I think
Hey,
the number
hey.
one state that Googled pizza the most was, I think, Wisconsin, probably because the cheese comes from there.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
well,
it's not all bad in California. There's just some stand-up
no, I know.
guys, you know.
There is.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just joking
operators
around.
wise. Operators,
State-wise.
yeah. State-wise, though.
State-wise.
yeah.
Different
I'm not
story.
talking about industry.
Well, hopefully when they build the wall, it cuts off California.
Yeah.
Wasn't
word.
that state supposed to fall off the map like 30 years ago?
20 years
Hopefully.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
son
they
of a
got to
bitch.
deal with the climate change.
These climate warming bastards, they
It was
lied
supposed
to
to be
us,
an island.
motherfuckers.
Climate change.
All right, I got a question for you guys. All right, throw the mic over this way a little bit.
All right. Here we got Justin coming on, Mike.
All right, guys. So obviously, a lot has changed with technology, with just the world we live in, with pizza shop and pizza shop owners. What's one element that you think pizza shop owners now have to embrace? Because pizza shop owners are old school. Sometimes they don't want to adapt with the times. But if you had to give one piece of advice that is a must adopt, what do you guys think it would be?
Social media, websites,
Facebook.
I mean, the whole thing. That's all
Menu.
menu.
Your
yeah.
menu. Beat the fuck out of your menu. We had this podcast already. I think it was the last podcast, correct?
Elaborate on that.
Pass me the lighter.
Elaborate on that.
Okay, I'll elaborate on it. You can't. Your menu determines your future, right? I hate seeing, especially my customers or anybody's customers, because I do visit them, unlike other salesmen. And they bust their ass 50, 60, 70 hours a week at the same rate of 2 years ago and 3 years ago.
They don't evolve.
And they don't fucking cut me off. and you know, you're in there, you're putting out a fantastic product. You are who you are. You pay your rent, your mortgage, and whatever. And then at the end of the week, you still have either the same or less money. Because, you know, I can go in there, or anybody can go in there and say, you know, this went up, this went up, this went up. But if your menu doesn't justify me going up, then you're shooting yourself in the foot.
So
Ultimately.
let me throw this as a second part question in that. What do you think pizza shop owners should do to their menu to make their menu better?
I mean, we talked about it in the first episode, and I mean, basically, you know, you've got to know what your true costs are, and you've got to know where your profits want to be. The problem is an average guy, you could look at him and say, how much is your case of fries? And the guy said, oh, I'm spending $22 on it because he's buying it at a price point. He's afraid to buy a fry that's $45 or $50 because
And get the money.
and get money for it. And then on top of it, he's buying a $22 fry, and he's not portioning it. He's giving out. He doesn't know what he's giving. He's just throwing a handful in there. And this is done continuously with so many other things that he's doing. He's not pre-portioning. He doesn't know what his cost is, what his profit is on that. And at the end of the day, you're a hamster on a wheel spinning the wheel. And then you look at the end of the week and you're making a living.
Well,
But you're not in it for just a living.
yeah, Antonio and I actually experienced. I'm not going to name the shop, but I invited Antonio to a friend's shop. Try the pizzas. He uses top quality. He uses grande cheese, and
It's not a bad pizza.
he just put his price up. What is it? 16-inch cheesesteak, $8.
Oh my!
$8
No,
or
no,
12-inch
no.
or not.
He had an 8-inch cheesesteak for $8, and he had a 12
12-inch, yeah,
4 inches more for another $1.
yeah.
No sense.
There's no sense in that.
But everything on
Yeah.
his menu, his wraps were six and change, and his
Well-
salads were $8. It was ridiculous. He's working himself to death, and we tried knocking in his head that
it just wouldn't go
I
through.
have.
it.
Let's go back to the original question quick. What was it again? Go ahead, Justin.
And what I'm looking for, really, what I'm looking for is, if I'm listening to this, I'm a pizza shop owner. What do I need to do? I've been doing what I do all, for 5 years, 10 years, forever. What do I need to do to expand my menu to make it better for my customers?
What was it? He said. You
Real
got-
quick. I just have I want to take this in another direction. Instead of talking about the menu and the pizza owner, if you look at, in my point of view, you look at all the pizza owners over the past 30, 40 years. All these older guys are working. They're in their 50s, the 60s, 70s. They're still working hard, right? 60 plus hours a week. One thing I'll give you an advice to do, and I know I gave my dad this advice, which he recently has in the past year or two, is take some time off. Enjoy life. Take a vacation. What happens is when you leave for 3 to 4 days and you allow yourself to get, digest, relax, take your mind off the business constantly. These older guys don't do that. Now, if you start doing that, what happens, and I've seen it firsthand with my dad, is you get more of a clear head. You understand more about the business. You realize, hey, if I can take this 4 or 5 times a year vacation, you're not taking vacation and saying, you know what, hey, I got to get out of work. You're taking vacation just to decompress, get your head clear. Yeah. And now you take it in direction. So my suggestion is, from my point of view, is all you other pizza owners that have been doing this for years, you want your business to succeed more, take some more time off. And you'll be like, what are you talking about? Exactly. What am I talking about? I mean, you need time by yourself.
Don't work yourself to death.
Don't kill yourself.
Back to the subject, though. You got menu. You got social media. You know what I mean? Facebook, Instagram. You got your website, online ordering. These are all things. Listen, 35, 40 years, when I first started full-time in this in the 80s, where I was not in school working part-time in the 70s and the early 80s, I mean, we used to walk in the shop. You turn the light switch on. And that was it. You turn the radio on, the AM, FM radio. Oliver, when you were working over in Bethlehem. I mean, it was that easy. Now you go in, you got to make sure the computers are up and running. You got to make sure that the phones are up and running. You got to turn this switch on, that switch. It's not like it was years
Cash
ago.
only back then.
Cash only was beautiful.
Cash only, no delivery, nothing.
In the cutting times we are, you can't be in fear of being progressive, getting on social media, And here's another thing, going to food shows. I know so many guys in the industry. I tell them, you're going to this food show, and you know what they say? I seen that. I've been there.
It's network.
You know what? It's
networking.
Getting out there.
It's networking. You got to talk.
Guys tend to think that what they're making is the best, and that's great. But if I said this in the earlier podcast, if you think that every pizza shop owner out there is trying to buy garbage, you're fucking wrong.
Right.
Everybody wants to serve a good product. There may be 10% of the society that's looking to cut corners, and that's my real opinion.
And that's probably more franchise.
But at the end of the day, 90% are trying to do something great. But what you need to do is get out and network, talk to people. You need to listen to a podcast such as this, where we're putting perspective on this stuff, and you need to absorb it in your mind and say, wait, maybe there's something I can hear here. And my door is always open. My doors, Antonio, I've opened it up to many people and talked to them.
I mean, perfect example today. And Antonio knows, we were with another salesman today at the restaurant. He said one of his clients was in a meeting with his kitchen manager, and he wanted him, what did he say? Wanted him to tell him about food costs.
Food costs.
He said, take time out of the day. You have to teach me food costs.
How the fuck are you in this business?
And you don't know
and
food
you don't
costs.
know food costs.
It's a lot of people.
It's written
it's
black
a lot
and
of
white
people.
when the invoice comes in. You look at your invoice. You say, oh, there's 80 pieces to this. Oh, it's $45. Divide that. Get your portion, 5 pieces, 6 pieces, whatever you put in. Add your 4, 5, 6 times on it, and there you go.
Well, people don't know that, though. They don't know that.
We had a great conversation.
They just don't.
They don't. We witnessed it firsthand today.
I know, but how could you not?
You witnessed it with lunch the other day.
I need to order ricotta. So the ricotta that I needed is out. So I said, okay, so the other ricotta that you have, they're 3-pound jars. 3 times 6 is 18 pounds. He says, the other one you have, those are 5 pounds? He goes, yeah, so it's 5 pounds, 5 pounds. So if I get 2 cases of that, it's 20 pounds. How much is this one? That's X amount of dollars. Well, how much is the one that is 20 pounds? It's 50. It came to $50 is what it was going to be for 20 pounds. So I said, well, I'm getting more than for the 20 pounds, and it's a better ricotta. It's going to match up more to what I want, and I'm not getting the 3 pounds. That's how instantaneously, and we rarely talk price. But
and that was 20 seconds.
20 seconds, my mind was able to figure it out. Give me that.
This
it's
guy
a good
wanted
quality.
2 hours.
And this is why I know. Guys, I've seen guys be there. They need the calculator. They got to sit down. They got to pick the shit out of their ass. I mean, it's fucking easy, man. This isn't rocket science what we're doing, but the problem is you make it rocket science because you never fucking did it. Get off your ass and fucking figure out what the fuck is on your paperwork and do some multiplication. Listen, you didn't bring up in core math, so 2 + 2 is still fucking 4. All right, that's
Yeah.
it.
So who's this fucking guy that just stuck in here though? That's what I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. Another cousin of ours.
All right, just check.
You know the Syrians. We
I
run
thought he
deep.
came for free beer.
Syrians run deep. Yeah, he's one of the guys. He walks off the streets here at Bridesville.
But you got to evolve. You got to look at Joe. I mean, here, Joe's been in business forever. What has he added in the last few years? Chicago pizza, Brooklyn
Yeah.
pizza,
I mean, we got,
You know,
cracker crust. We
cracker
got
crust,
Sicilian,
sweet sauce,
half sheets, sweet
all
sauce.
kinds of shit.
I mean, in-house, we have
You gotta switch
pizza
it
sauce,
up.
sweet sauce, tomato sauce, marinara
You know what's
sauce,
popular?
vodka sauce. I mean, we
Is
prepare all this.
Is that garlic knot crust pizza?
That's
all
Oh,
over
Napoli's
fucking
made out
pizza.
like crazy
Listen,
on
that thing's
That-
been out since.
I know, but it went wild.
Yeah, but
out of-
that place is on the map right now.
that's
Napoli
good
pizza.
for them. I'm glad.
I'm
but
glad
yeah.
too.
It's a good
I'm just
shop.
saying, it's
But
so
I-
funny how crazy everyone's talking about.
Well, what-
We've
what-
been doing
what
it
did
for
I
years.
say many times? An idea from the past that's recycled becomes a new idea.
Always.
Yeah.
You know, if
Always.
we go back in our file cabinet. It's like I said it on the last podcast too. It's like we're looking at guys right now battling on Facebook for stuff I did 7-8 years ago, and I forgot about.
Yeah. So
You know, it's crazy.
Joe and I went for breakfast today, and when we went to pay, well, she saw Joe's shirts at Biagio. He walked out, and she's like, "Is that the guy that owns Biagio?" I said, "Yeah." And then she goes, "He's got really good pizza, but I just went to this place it's called Napoli, and it has this garlic knot
Garlic knot
pizza."
pizza.
And she saw the craze on a different site. It was like the Lehigh Valley food page, but she drove literally, 30
Yeah.
minutes to go
People
try
will
that
drive.
pizza.
Yeah.
And that place took off because of that one pizza right now.
Yeah.
Speaking about,
But they use social media.
Exactly.
And-
Social media
and
put
they
them on the
got
map.
Orders. They
but
got orders.
A lot of
speaking
orders.
about these pages, that one that you told me about,
That fucking page.
what the fuck's the name of that page?
Yeah, we gotta call him.
Brutally honest.
Fuck you,
food
brutally
page.
honest.
We're gonna go off track right now because
That is
it's
a
our fucking
fucking page,
podcast,
like-
and we've been talking about it for a week.
What is that fucking
Brutally
page?
honest, Lehigh Valley page. Unfortunately, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, for real.
For you to be that negative
For real.
on Facebook and demonize
You're talking about people's
people's
families. here.
families.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
people's
it's
families.
one of
For
the
you
things I don't
to
understand.
sit behind a keyboard and demonize fucking these hardworking families in restaurants, that's disgusting.
Cocksucker.
And all you people that are part of that group, shame on you.
And they don't even
Shame
talk
on
about
you.
one chain restaurant that fucks up your food all the time.
No.
And all you got to do, you get a bad order from a mom and pop, fucking call them. They'll fix it.
Yeah, they'll correct
That's how
it.
easy it
I
is.
get negativity. I get that.
Yeah, but
are gonna
people
have to-
crave it. They
But
live
what
for
the
it.
fuck?
Well,
You got nothing
we know
else better
why,
to do
'cause
than
of the
bash
past
and bash
3
and
years.
bash?
Listen.
The past 3 years,
It's
what
so
happened?
easy. If you look at something, you say, "Oh my God, look at this! This thing sucks. It's a piece of
Keep
shit.
it to
There's
yourself."
nothing fucking good about this." It's so easy for somebody to just come up with negative stuff.
Stick
But
it
if
in
you-
your ass.
But if you have to sit there and you say, "Wow, the reason why I like this is because the flavor in it gives me a really good feeling. I like how it draws. I like this." You have
Fucking
to
got me
now,
worked up.
Got me
you
worked
have to
up.
get educated in your brain, because to say something nice takes a brain. To say something fucking stupid takes your asshole.
Yeah.
All right? You have no fucking brain. All right? Because all you're doing is looking to destroy somebody.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Shame on you if that's all you got under your gut is to fuck somebody up.
Listen,
because
if you
don't have
gotta-
the balls to say, "You didn't do my pepperoni right." Hey, get a pair of balls. Pick
That's
up the
it.
phone.
Done.
Yeah, I want to call this one guy out. I'm not going to call him out by name, but I feel like I should. But he wrote on the page that 26 years he was going to the same shop, and he's like, I got one bad order, and he threw the fucking shop under the bus.
26 years.
26 fucking years. Go in. Obviously, you know the people that work there. Go fucking get it fixed and get
Yeah.
your fucking free
It's-
meal.
What happens when your wife doesn't fuck you the right way? You change your wife? No.
Well, some people do. Some people
I don't
do.
know. It might happen nowadays. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
I mean, at the
Well,
end of the day, it's
at the end of
easy
the day,
to
it's
criticize.
ridiculous.
You know, years ago, I often said to somebody, I says, if you take this piece of paper or this book and you look at where it started from a tree, and you look at the process of cutting the tree down, getting it out of the woods, bringing it, stripping it down, getting it to a plant to process it, developing it into a book that's paper, taking that book, distributing it then to somebody that has to supply it, getting it to the stores, getting it on the shelf to sell, and then all you want to do to take this and destroy it is you tear the fucking thing up. That's negativity. You have nothing. Tearing up a piece of paper, that's the brain cell there. You know,
You know, it's hard enough as it is. Finding a dishwasher, finding a prep person.
server.
drivers, servers,
Host.
cooks, pizza
A host.
men, whatever. You got 8, 10, 20, 30 people, whatever fucking people you got. Then you got a fucking retard that sits there and says, oh, my pepperoni was upside down instead of the other way. All right, pick up the phone and fucking call the guy.
Well, speaking of pepperoni, you got the people that like, oh, on the 3 slices there's only 4 pepperonis, and there's 7 pepperonis on the other half of the pie on each slice.
Well,
Come on
Nice.
now.
Well, to end the topic,
Is this fucking
and we'll move on
Subway
to the next
creating
one.
a fucking pizza?
Last thing, shame on that group.
Fuck
they
you,
shouldn't be.
cocksucker.
there
Fuck
you go.
that group. And
Whoever-
fuck the Catasauqua group, too, throwing
Fuck
everybody
you
out.
too, Catasauqua.
Catasauqua group is
Fuck
all
you.
they do is throw every fucking local business in their town under the bus.
To end the topic, listen, at the end of the day, if any of you guys on those groups want to actually have an opinion, if you
Oh,
can
come on
stand
the
next
show.
to me,
If you could come on the
come
show.
on the show, or even stand
We'd
next to me
love
and
it.
work with me on a Friday and keep up with me, which I know you can't, then you can come talk.
Actually,
and
come
have
on
an
the show
opinion.
and let us
show.
punch you in the face.
Yeah.
No, listen, come on the
you
show.
don't need to do all that,
Listen,
Oliver.
come on the show and prove to
They
us
need it.
your
This ain't
means of
this
negativity.
ain't the downtown bar, Oliver.
Let's
We
understand.
gotta be social. But all right.
We got Joe
Okay.
coming up on the next segment.
We got Joe coming up on the next segment, guys. For that, we are going to take our quick
Piss
break,
Yep.
our piss break that we always do in between, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pizzafellas Podcast. Thanks, guys.
If you're listening on the mic, it's so loud, too, so it's cool. It's funny.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Okay, I'm going to do my honorary shot. Give me a second here.
We watch them.
Cheers for that. Cheers for that. Anyways, guys, here we are. We're back. Segment part 2 here. We got a special guest here.
Our good friend, he finally made it from a little town in Lehigh Valley, right outside of Wing Gap, kind of like Bethlehem, Easton, a town called Bath, Pennsylvania. Our good friend Joe Soldridge,
Hey, Joe.
Mountainside Pizza.
Thanks,
Give it up
guys.
for him. Give it up.
Okay. Came by. He wanted to see what this is all about, and he bought some pizza, and we're actually, Joe's been, I think this is his second slice. Imagine another pizza shop owner eating another pizza shop's pizza in front of the pizza shop owner.
Yeah. Think of that. Right?
Think of that shit.
Well, we're
Think
going to
of
do uncommon things here on the Pizzafellas
Yeah.
podcast. So, Joe, nice having you here.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
It
Coming.
was great for you to come all the way up here. Brought some of your plain pie real quick before I want to take a bite. I know the rest of them have been eaten already. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Joe. You know, how you grew up in the
How you
business,
started
where'd
in
you
the
come
business,
from,
you know, when
what
you
was your
started, how old?
passion, etc.
I first started out, I don't know, when I was like 16.
Yeah, talk a little closer to the
Oh, delivering pizzas for like a local pizza shop guy.
All right.
And then it just went from there.
How many years you doing this?
I've owned a shop now 5, but I worked for the previous owner for about 11. So
wow.
I'm about
How old are you now?
39.
So you got some time. From 16 to
So you
39.
took over the pizza shop you work for.
Yeah, I bought it from the,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Bought it from the owner. And how long did he have that pizza shop?
I think he celebrated 20 years.
Good.
It was 20 years he was
Good for
there.
him.
But he was just ready. He was done.
Yeah, retired.
He
done.
was done, working the 7 days a week,
Yeah.
open to close. Like,
Are you open 7 days?
not anymore, just 5 days.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You take time off.
That's
You
what
need
I
to
keep
relax.
hearing. People keep
Yeah.
telling me you gotta enjoy life. Like you can't
There's
keep
nothing the matter with it.
you can't keep just going because like you guys were talking, like it messes your mind up.
You can
does.
you can work and always work to make a living, but you can't work to make memories.
Yeah,
So
and you see
need
your
that time
family
off.
just like
Yeah.
you see your family just go by.
Yeah.
You married?
Yeah, you're right.
You
I have a
married?
girlfriend.
All right, good.
Nice.
Good.
Good for you. And
Cool.
quick question for you. When did you start learning how to make pizza? Because I know just for myself, and a lot of people don't know this because my family's been in the business for so long, I've just learned about 7 years ago.
Oh, 10.
No, I,
A little bit,
No.
yeah.
When we first started, I mean, I knew how to make a pizza, but
Oh, but
right now,
getting to where you're at.
to where I'm at now and how I can do it, basically.
See, I learned like I said, the guy that showed me how to make pizza every day, like at 2:00, he would go out in his truck. He would take a nap. So if somebody came in, I'd fucking, you know what I mean?
You got to quick make something up.
I kept
That's old
doing
school.
it, you know, or if he was busy talking to somebody, the phone was ringing, I'd pick the phone up. You know what I mean? And
Give me a large plane.
Yeah, or at the end of the night, you know, he would usually leave at 7:30. And then it was just me and 2 other people there, and
I started making pizza when I was 7 years old.
That's crazy.
I was my dad's point man on a Friday night, stretching and setting up. I got more smacks from that guy like you would never imagine. He had hands that were like hogs, but that's how I
I've
learned.
still, since, I started making pizza, I've had a couple people work for me. It's tough. It's tough to show somebody, because I'm afraid to even hire somebody at my shop to make my pizza.
Well, yeah, I do understand that, and, I know a lot of guys have that feeling, but you have to, I'm going to point to, the international pizza community, guys that are out there, the big names, like Tony Gimiani, and, this guy needs to really, I feel, be given some great credit, because when you go to the international shows, like you go to Vegas, you go to a place like that, and he's doing, he's doing a seminar, which I've gone to many of his seminars and stuff and seen. All of a sudden, you'll see the guys going around with the jackets from the pizza schools and stuff. This guy has a slew of pizzaiolas, not just around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's a guy who last year, it's $14 million his pizza place did in a year. Number 1 pizza place in the world, I believe they said. Maybe I'm wrong by saying that, but I think he was quoted as that. Was written up in the article. A great guy to talk to when you go to the seminars. But you know what? I learned from these guys. People can do it. It's, other people can do it. He has people doing things for him. They come in. Matter of fact, up by Nescahoning, up north Wilkes-Barre, there's 3 guys that go from that area. And he'll call them up. They go to the shows. They'll go to Atlantic City. Wherever he's at, he makes phone calls out. And you got to see the people show up. So I think for small operators, sometimes that's a frustration. You have to get around it. You have to find a way to get around it. You can't be scared of it, And
the other thing is, too, which I've realized, when you're growing up, and I've been with a bunch of pizza guys coming through a restaurant, when they first start, they'll say, most of them will say to me, what, you don't like how I work? If I'm frustrated with them, it's not that I don't like how you work. He said, you have to understand what you're a part of. So you need to work at my speed, at my level, and my quality. It's nothing different than a football team. If you go, and I'm going to say it because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, I got repping my Dallas Cowboys. You could say boo all you want, but when you go and Jerry Jones signs your fucking contract, you're playing for America's team, okay? So the level of commitment is a little bit different than other places just because of the aura. It's America's team, it's Jerry Jones, it's this. So you relate it to football. When you're a pizza guy and you come into a great business that's doing well for themselves and the owner's working next to you, busting his fucking ass.
Means a lot.
It means a lot. So I expect you to understand that, appreciate it, respect it, and then get to that level. And that's just something that I think other people lack of because they maybe don't think of or there's no commitment. But so right now, how long have you owned the shop?
Like I said, almost a little over 5 years.
5 years? Nice.
Yep.
You enjoy it day in and day out now?
Yeah, you know what? When I took over, I thought it was all great and good,
Yeah.
The money's good, everything like that, but it's just
Got to
it's
work
tough.
hard at it. It's day in, day out.
Yeah.
Got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah.
Sick, not sick, whatever it be.
Oh, I know. When I told Antonio I got in a bad accident, I broke my ATV accident, broke my
sure.
collarbone, messed my face. Dude, I was making pizzas in one of those slings.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, man.
So tell us what happened, if you don't mind. That would be a great story, if you don't mind.
I was out ripping on my quad.
Yeah, we all have quads. We go riding together all the time.
Yeah, and I just got the whole front end done. I got those Alba, extended A-arms on it and stuff. I was working here. I forgot to put the cotter pin back in. And I took it out, and I was beating the shit out of it.
And took you out.
The front wheel just boop.
Oof.
I went.
Oh.
Yeah, I
And
went
then
down.
you just went dead stop and went flying right off.
Yeah, Yeah, I laid for probably like maybe like 2 hours.
Surge.
Till I came to it. Yeah.
No shit. Unconscious then.
Unconscious.
You were
man.
by yourself?
Yeah,
You had a
yeah.
helmet on or
Holy
no?
shit.
Huh?
Had a helmet? Yeah, that's what makes it worse.
Whoa.
That's what makes it
2
worse.
hours by yourself.
Yeah, and I live up like I got a nice piece of property up by the Blue Mountain ski area, and I had to like got my cell phone to call my pop, you know.
Yeah, come out and save you.
They picked me up and took me to the hospital.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
And
a story.
that was literally like 6 months after I bought the business. So I had no choice. I had no fucking choice.
Yeah, you didn't have
It was
anyone to
either
play.
fucking, you know, my old man put the money out for me for the business. It was either fucking sink or swim, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean, that's Pat. But I got a question. Like, what were you, when you woke up, what the fuck was the mindset?
I was fucking hurting, man.
Yeah, I could see that.
The pain.
Yeah, dude.
That's why you are the way you are, right, Joe?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
you just got to get up. You got to get up and get it done. I mean, nothing can
That's
stop you.
tough. That is tough.
Hey, let's talk about his pizza now. We've been
Yeah.
sitting here
Yeah,
eating
I've
it.
been eating it.
Well, listen, I just had a slice. That's fucking good pizza, man. I got to
Thanks,
give you
brother.
credit.
You said
Good
in your
pizza.
past, too, you told me earlier, you work for Giordano?
Yeah, years
Joe
ago.
Giordano, yeah. He's a local legend. Yeah,
He's been gone
mentored
for-
it. No,
yeah.
I know, but I mean, his pizza shops are still going. And
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
the pizza villages.
He
Yup.
mentored
Yeah.
quite a few people. You know,
Yeah, you
he's
got a good
man.
sauce,
Yeah.
good crust. I mean, the cheese is there, but I
You
like
know what
the
I gotta
sauce.
say? I switched away. I got away from 6 and 1
Mm-hmm.
and Bonta. I went to the 7-Eleven and the Super Dolce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good products.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got a flavorful
Stanislaw.
sauce.
You
And
really do.
I honestly say I'll never like. There's how many salesmen that come into the shop all the time, and they want me to get away from Grande. I don't know.
Listen, if it works, why change?
If it works for you, it works for you, man. There's nothing to change.
You know what I say to guys sometimes? I say, listen, I appreciate you coming in, you know, suggestion, but what I'm doing works. And if I was buying from you and what I bought from you worked, would you want me to do that with another salesman and just get rid of it?
Yeah.
You know, like I respect that, you know, they say, and that's how I handle it, you know. What I'm doing works. You know, I have no reason to change, you know.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a perfect statement.
Exactly.
Now, Joe, quick question again. Do you, during COVID, how did your business, how did
Because
you
you're 5
fluctuate?
years, so you actually took
It
over
act-
the business and COVID hit you.
COVID
yeah,
hit you.
actually,
Yeah, so
yeah,
that,
You know what I mean?
had to
This
be,
shit-
that had to be a whacked out situation.
You went from, you know, you had people in the restaurant, you had this. Next thing you know, someone's fucking telling you, you need a fucking mask
Yeah,
on.
fucking, you know what I told them?
because
Fuck
it-
you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't. I'm
Good.
telling you, I told them, "Fuck you." I didn't put that shit up. Like,
Yeah, I
crazy
mean,
time.
fuck that.
They used to come in.
we know they don't work. So for every listeners out there, the masks don't fucking work.
And fucking even
okay,
the-
and if you think they do, you're fucking wrong.
I had people
just go
come
up
in
and look.
and they would say, "You got no mask on." I said, "But I'm in my quarantine here." I was like, "What do you want from me? You're on the other." We put up a glass, but I said, "You're on that side of the glass." I said, "I got 600 degrees back here.
Oh, that
It's
was
hot
another
as
thing.
hell."
That-
You know what I mean?
Or
And
they're
the
gonna
glass kept the heat back there.
They're gonna fucking turn you in. That was another good one.
Oh, we had
I'm gonna turn
48
you in.
complaints.
Yep.
I mean, they want
So,
arrest
when you-
Joe Ruffino.
Yeah.
You know?
When you go through all that, you just bought a business, you just opened it up, COVID fucking hits. How'd you get through it? You
I
felt
just fucking kept going, man.
Good for
going.
you.
Kept fucking going.
Couldn't you say though, as an operator? I know I would say this during COVID, the supply chain wasn't broke. We got all the goods. I for myself,
Somewhat.
everything I needed, I got.
Yeah.
And I felt business was probably better then than it is now.
And that was the hardest thing for me too, though, because before I switched to Antonio, and Anna Capri's good. They're good.
Thank you.
Great operator.
shout
great
out to Anna
family.
Capri, Jerry,
Jerry,
Lou,
Lou, the Gaspar,
the wife,
these guys, the
beautiful
wife,
woman.
great people.
But,
they really are. Good
I mean,
company.
who I was using before, like, it was tough because I like to keep consistency, you know? Like, consistency was always the key, like, that I was taught. And it was tough during COVID to get, because you couldn't get certain shit, you know?
Yeah, there was products that the accountants would look at these companies and say, "Well, you're shutting down that line because we don't make much money on it." So, like one time, onion rings, we couldn't get onion rings for the longest time and shit like that. But they were just shutting
was
down
stupid
production.
shit.
It was stupid shit.
So did you have, like I know for us, we had just quick about that era because you recently just bought it and we were just in it for now 3 years. All right. So that's the only reason we're really talking about it because you opened it up. Did you have to do like we did where, 6 feet apart for the takeout?
No, I didn't
You
do any of that shit.
You didn't do any of that.
That's a
Nice.
little town, man.
No.
They don't comply.
Little town. Yeah, how was Bath during that? That's what I'm asking. It was just
Nobody, man.
nobody
Bath
cared.
is Bath
Once
is
in a
not a liberal town.
Once in a while, you got that fucking Karen, you know. That,
Yeah, you always have that
got
one.
those.
Hey, kick her out in her ass. Tell her to go fuck herself. Go fuck a mule.
But
Alright,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
I gotta tell you a story.
Cheers, Jeff.
This is this is during COVID.
Oh, thanks for inviting the rest of us, asshole.
Yeah.
Pass it over here.
Do you remember this? This is during COVID. This is while the country was hiding under a blanket, right? Fucking, we were just doing business like it was a fucking normal day, right?
Yeah, we actually got in trouble.
Yeah.
You remember?
Well,
we didn't get in trouble.
wow.
We got
We were
ridiculed.
I guess it was a
Well,
Tuesday.
we would always eat lunch. So during COVID, what
We
would
still
happen-
do.
Right, we do. But then your afternoons weren't what they were because you didn't have the dining
Everything,
room.
yeah, everything.
So everything was, the dynamics of the
Yep.
business was different. So he'd come in, we'd sit there. I got time making fish. We're ordering this, we're ordering that. So we're sitting eating, and we made a nice meal with table 1 and 2. We'd sit down. Who comes in? Come and join
We had a
us. you know.
fucking buffet.
I own the fucking
During
place.
COVID,
You know, like
buffet.
all of a sudden, person
this lady,
fucking
Salad
walks
bar.
in.
this fucking
Looks
lady's
like-
pointing. I was like saying
She
to
got a
myself,
robe on, like with the arm over there.
This
Looks
lady
like
doesn't know
looks
what
like
she's
some
getting
kind of
herself
the
into.
Grim Reaper. You're sitting at, and I'm like, the sun's coming in. I'm like,
is
what
she,
the fuck?
is
What
she
the
talking
fuck?
to me?
What the fuck is going on here right now? Oh, circle. You're not complying. You're sitting in the dining. I was like, who the fuck are you? I own the fucking place. I'm eating lunch. Where do you want me to eat lunch? In the fucking bathroom? Get the hell out of the fucking store.
He threw her out.
Call the police. I said, call
Oh, yeah.
911. Get her out of here.
Her and her 3 masks.
It was, are you like
She
screaming
had
at the top of
the
her
only thing
lungs?
you could see were her right here, her eyelids.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was the
She had
Grim
so many
Reaper, the costume she had on with the freaking. I was like,
Sandals and socks.
Are you kidding right now? I'm
She's so worried about that. Why even come the fuck out?
I'm eating bronzino with red potatoes over here. Leave me alone. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta pick up my fucking fork. My hands were all full of fish. I went up, my fish flew in the fucking air. I was so pissed off. I know. I didn't even get to eat my fish. Crazy.
But it was a crazy time. That's crazy that you opened up business in that time and then you fought through it and you did well for yourself.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Because a lot of businesses, there's
a lot
just
of them went
a lot
down.
of them
You
went
got a
down.
good pie, bro. You got a real good
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah.
It's worth the stop. If you're up in Bath, I'm telling you right now, he's got a good pizza. Good crust, good sauce, good cheese, got great bite.
your address again?
It's 2712 Mountain View Drive.
What would you say your most popular pizza is, Joe? Have your customers plain pie?
Nah,
like ours?
he puts out a taco pizza.
Yeah, that's every Tuesday. I love that.
Yeah, you put that taco pizza out.
Ham and pineapple has been getting bigger. and
Really?
bigger.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Try roasting
Talk-
the pineapple.
Talk to me about taco, real quick.
I don't know. Everybody makes it different.
How
I
do you
know.
make
I
it,
want to
Joe?
hear it. Let's hear it out, man. Show us your. Don't worry about your recipe. Listen, one thing you'll learn in this industry: pizza guys think they do it better than you, so they ain't
Everybody
gonna
makes
follow
cheese
you.
and sauce. We're eating that. You know?
We're eating
Yeah,
that.
right?
So just tell them about it.
I don't know. I just use the lettuce, tomato, onion. Like the taco sauce for the bottom.
Okay.
Nice.
Season up the
Oh,
meat.
the taco sauce on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's different. No,
That's a
that
good
I
idea.
don't use. We use in our taco pizza. I'll say we use it like a marinara.
Yeah.
Guys,
do?
like
No, I
yeah,
use
to
like
make
the-
it like a salsa.
The Ortega.
Use the Ortega or no?
No, we use our actual marinara to make it like a
As your base?
as our
Yeah,
base.
we use that as
because
our base.
It's similar to a salsa.
Oh.
And
I
then you
didn't
put a
know
little-
that.
Yeah, that's what we do.
But again, I
No,
can
no, no.
And
change
you
it.
use the salsa as a base.
Yep.
Okay.
That would be
That's
actually
different.
better.
Spin on it.
Yeah, that's
That's a good
different.
spin.
That's a good spin.
All right, so I got a question for you, cheap bastard. Why didn't you bring us a taco pizza tonight?
No, he did. Listen.
Yo.
He asked. I said just bring 2 plain pizzas.
Oh, we should, but
And by the way, by you fucking cutting in, raise your left arm. Look at this. This is how he shows up to a fucking podcast. Look.
it's because he can itch. It's easy for him. Quick deodorant application and he can itch.
What a fucking disgrace.
Oh my God. These
Anyways, so other than Bath, what would you say?
two- Hold on, I got what
Go
one
ahead.
thing. Tell us about your menu. So what kind of so is it a pizza shop menu with cheesesteaks, hoagies,
got
side orders? Are you getting into Italian dishes heavy?
See, that's the thing. Like, I love to get into like the Italian dishes. Like, I'm just into like the lasagna right now, stuffed shells, like the rigatoni. Like,
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
love to get it. Expand it like my menu. A little bit bigger. But
Are you doing good with the menu you have?
Yeah, but I got to go up on my prices.
He's got to go up, Joe.
He bitches at me Every time.
Every fucking week I'm there, I tell him.
I mean,
I'm
listen,
going to drill it in his head, and he's going to do it.
The biggest thing is Google on your phone prime cost. And what prime cost is the actual cost that goes into what you're making. You know, and on a pizza, I mean, if you're using Grande, which you're using, okay, are you buying block?
Yeah. I want to switch to the East Coast blend.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. So even if you're buying block, what's block right now? 264?
Whoa, it's more than that.
No, I'm asking. I'm just
In the high threes.
Threes,
Okay.
it's like
So
375.
it's 3. So if you move to shred, it's what, 380?
Yeah, something
All
like
right.
that.
So you're using block. By the time you shred it on the machine, you're at the same price as a shred.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And you're
if
putting abuse on the machine.
Let's just say you have a decent amount of cheese on here. I'd say you have close to a pound if it's 14 ounces. So just your cheese cost on your pie is costing you $3.50. So right there, dough, no matter where you're at, your dough's $1.10 on average across the nation.
So you have $4.60.
So now you have $4.60. Sauce is the second most expensive thing.
Yeah.
And you were using Bonta, which Bonta's now like $64, $65.
Yeah, but I don't understand. It's
Well, because now the prices of tomatoes is never rolling back.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You're at this factor now, and whether you're using Stanislaus products, which they all went up, a 52% increase across tomatoes coming out of California in the last 18 months.
Because of the floods, they say.
Yeah, that's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, we all know that.
Listen,
Fucking-
Moses came down. He spread the farms in freaking the valley over there. Tomatoes ran over this way, lettuce went that way, and down the middle you were left with fucking horse shit. So with that being said, this is the verdict of it.
Yeah.
So now you got $1.40 on sauce, whichever. So add that together, you're at $3.50. $1.10 is $4.60. Another, now you're at $5, $6 just for the 3 core items without labor. You got to include your box into it. You got to include if you use a liner.
$8.
$7 to
$8.
$8. So now,
Raw
$7
material.
to $8. You see the guys that got 2 pies for $16. So
How the fuck
wait,
do they make
it's
them?
$14 to put the 2 fucking pies in a box, and you're selling for $16.99. You're leaving with what? Fucking $3?
Shame on you.
How are you doing that? Right now, this is if somebody wants to challenge me on that, go get some fake cheese or whatever you want, but that's the exact cost of what you're doing. So how can you say, are you not entitled to have a 15% profit in the industry? 20%? Why? Look at what Starbucks makes.
Yeah, they fucking,
Look-
and there's a
look at
line
what-
wrapped around the
look
fucking
at-
building.
There
For
you go.
$10, $12 liquid
Same
gold.
Same with McDonald's. I don't
Liquid
understand
gold.
that shit.
You know, so why are they allowed to make over 100% profit and a small mom and pop isn't? Because guys in the industry, that little fact on that one item, just pizza. Now you move that to every item that you sell on your menu, from your hoagies, etc. And that's where you really realize, because you and me, I have 22 fixed costs. If you're using anything on the internet, if you're using anything, online ordering, you have
I got rid of a lot of that shit.
Well, okay, so let's decline some of your costs down to 18.
Yeah.
So you take away 5 of those expenses. All right, so you have 18 fixed costs. How are you going to pay that if you're $7 and you're selling it at 16? Where's $9
can't.
going to do for you? How are you? Where's the profit?
What do you sell a 16-inch pie for?
$12.35.
Plus tax or after
No, it's
tax?
$11.65 plus tax, so it's $12.35, and then I just do a deal. I sell 2 for $20.
Okay.
Again,
Don't do that.
Yeah, here's the thing. So you do 100 pizzas at $12, okay? You're at $1,200. You raise your price to $18, all right, or $20. Let's just use 20. And now you do 50 pizzas. You're not doing
Got
anything.
$1,000.
You're at $1,000. The 50 pies that you did less is $350 of cost savings. So now with the $1,000 and the $350 in savings and the labor, add $350 to $1,000, you're at $1,350. The labor that went into the 50, whatever else, who's making more money? The guy making 50 pies.
Yeah.
And that's in the industry. The old Sicilians, they used to say, I will sell less for the right price
Correct.
to do less than sell more at the wrong price. See, what happened is when you're selling your food at these kind of numbers, what then occurs is the next thing that people don't talk about, because this is a very important thing in business. And these are some of the 2 things I watch all the time. Average spend. So my computer's able to tell me, if I have a day where our average spend is at $32, they say, how's it? Well, we get a lot of large orders and stuff. We get this, but some days we're not. Then we have other days that our average spend could be $48. Okay? So what does that mean? Every 100 orders, if your average spend is $48, you're at $4,800. If your average spend is at $32, you're $3,200. How can you get to those numbers if you're $5 over your cost? You can't.
It can't happen.
So like people say, oh, Biaggios, you do all kinds of specials. If you really look, it's about promoting a spend with a giveaway, but getting us to a number. I'll be happy. Listen, if we fuck something up, I'll give you everything for free. It doesn't matter to me. But at the end of the day, it's called Business 101. You know, it doesn't matter if your rent's $600 or your rent is $9,000. We all are fighting within the same dynamic. So if you have lower rent, maybe your volume isn't the same as another guy. But it's better to sell something at the correct price, sell less, okay? And then you're producing more dollars. And that's something, so prime cost and average spend are two things that very few times operators even look at. And it's so simple to do. Take the amount of orders you do. I did $6,000 today. I did 200 orders. Divide 200 orders into $6,000, and there's your average spend if you don't have a computer system. You know, you follow what I'm saying?
It makes sense, yeah.
It makes 100% sense.
Math isn't an opinion.
It's actual, you know? And
it's facts.
It's facts that operators need to be watching on a day in, day out basis on top of all the other things we do. You know, there's people out there that are very successful. They're doing what they do. But at the end of the day, we're in a whole different dynamic now. And $12 pizza, it's just not there anymore. You know? And I'm not criticizing you.
No, I got you.
This is, you know, we brought you in because our goal is to bring as many pizza shops within 100, 200-mile radius.
That's the way everybody.
And so, guys, we're in this together.
Everybody should be together. That's the fucking problem.
So
You know what that's called, Joe? Networking.
Joe, when you leave here today,
Yep.
now you can't be afraid to say, hey, Joe, call me up on the phone. I got a question.
Yep.
Hey, I'll
Shit,
answer
you
any
should-
question.
Come
That's
down.
the
that's-
world today, though, man.
Yeah.
I had a conversation. I forget who I talked to the other day. Another pizza shop owner. Like, if everybody would just get together rather than go on social media and fucking bash this person, bash that person.
I don't-
Mine's better than yours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just.
I don't get into all that, but I do see what you're saying. That is done a lot because, again, it's the institutionalized things, the dynamics of the business.
Also, it's human nature. Human nature. You have there's a lot of guys out there that think that, you you want to be the best. Your balls are bigger than someone else's. This and that. There's a saying, they say it's hard to be kind. Okay? It's very hard to be kind to someone. Some people nowadays, especially nowadays with everything going on in the world, it's very hard. Yeah. So what we're trying to do here is just say, like you said, if we can all come together, I mean, listen, you're on the right point. Get going with it. Enjoy the business and just, hey, stuff like this should happen more.
Yeah,
within.
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's
doesn't.
nothing the matter with if you took all the guys that were in your area and everybody just said, "Hey, listen, what are we doing?" I mean, we should be priced correctly. Your electric bill, you're spending the same amount of money in your electric and your gas as I'm spending. Your insurance is your insurance. Your bag of flour coming in is the same as mine. Yep. Your cheese is the same as mine.
Well, look at every other industry, right? Interest rates. The same across
7.5% right now.
Right?
Yep.
But it's the same across the board. It doesn't matter if you go to Joe's mortgage company or Antonio's mortgage company, or if you go to Oliver Bank and Trust. It's still the same fucking interest rate.
When you go to markets, if you go to Weiss, if you go to
Giant.
Redmond, you go to Giant. If you look, all those people, because they're all playing on the same market field. They're playing with the same margins. You got to understand, if you're at a grocery store and they're loading this on the shelf, okay? And I'm not saying Sam, I'm saying this item comes in today, and the tractor trailer comes in, and this item here last week or a month ago when we put this canned good on the shelf was $3 cheaper a case. Now you're on that shelf, and this canned good still got life on it. So now you have 20 or let's say 2 cases left in inventory at that grocery store, but the new stuff comes in. The bottom line on the stuff that the 2 cases have increases to the new cost. So the stuff they have sitting on the shelf, they just increased their cost variance.
Overnight.
Now, what they're going to say...
What you paid for.
What they're going to
Without
say
paying
is,
for it.
well, what happens when that comes in lower? Hey.
You're fucked.
You're fucked, But at the end of the day, more stuff is flipping to the other side, especially when you're getting in those. Because if you go from grocery store to grocery store to grocery store, there's like a marginable means. And you go to department stores, the same thing. Underwears are going to cost what underwears cost, within $1, $2. You go to a sporting goods place, basketball's a bit. Consumers kind of see that, but they come to small mom and pops. It's a whole different world.
It's a whole different fucking world.
And it shouldn't be.
Let's first of all, the pizza's great. So
It is.
It's good
It is
pizza.
good.
But
I
you
had
know,
2 slices here.
what else pizza shops do a lot? Cheesesteak. So your Bath is considered kind of Lehigh Valley, but they're a little bit out of the valley.
No,
So I just
they're still
wanna-
Lehigh Valley.
Yeah, I just want to see. So the Lehigh Valley cheesesteak, at least in the core of the valley, is sauce, onions,
Pickles,
and sauce.
Joe, what's your classic-
What's your
classic?
cheesesteak up in your shop?
What?
Sauce, onions, pickles, hot peppers. That's what I do. I ask. And then a bigger one is like the California style, the lettuce, tomato.
Are you doing one size? You doing 2 sizes?
I do 2 sizes, a small and large.
What's
8
8
and
inch?
12 inch.
What are you
12 gram.
charging?
I think it's
Don't piss us off.
it's like $10 for a large, and then a small is like
$8?
Like 8.
Listen, he says don't piss him off. He'll be there tomorrow when he has a fucking doctor's office in
Yeah.
Bath and he's ordering fucking 100 cheesesteaks
Yeah.
for
And
$8.
then he'll fucking talk your
yeah,
ear
then
off.
he won't talk
I do-
shit.
Like the biggest part of my business is pizza and cheesesteaks.
And he'll sit there
That's a
for
good thing.
25 minutes.
Like-
That's a good thing.
I mean, I often tell guys, when it comes to a cheesesteak, a real layman's way of charging it, if you want to be on the scared side, $1.25 an inch. Minimum. If you had 12 inches, it's $1.25 an inch. You really should push to the $1.50.
Well, how much are a dozen rolls now, Joe?
You got a dozen rolls.
How much?
I don't even know off the top of my head. I get my rolls actually out. They actually come out of New York.
Okay.
Which bakery? Sunshine.
J&J Casano.
Okay, sunshine.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're using great bread. You're using great bread.
All right. So you're talking what? A dozen should be. I'm sorry. A dozen should be. You use a 10-inch or a 12-inch?
12 inch.
I'd say
So
probably $6, $7.
$6, $7.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
with the
bread's
cost
even
of-
getting expensive.
I mean, just right now,
So it's what,
my
55 cents a
22-inch
roll, maybe? 50 cents a roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or 22-inch roll is $2 a roll. I mean, before you do anything, my roll is $2.
Yeah, especially American cheese.
You know what I
If you want to
mean?
use a good American cheese, you're paying for that.
Right.
Like Cooper
And you use
and
a
they
great,
have,
you use a
it's-
great steak.
Yeah, exactly. That shit is good.
Uses a ribeye. I mean,
So we're using ribeye too. 100%,
But, I mean,
which is the
listen.
best thing to use. You get great yield out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You get great
don't-
yield out
and
of
you
it.
don't
so.
get the.
You're going to have all the juice on there, all the bullshit. I don't want nothing stuck up with soy. And it tastes like steak off a grill.
yeah.
Yeah, some advice to shop. So, I mean, if it comes to the weekend, Sunday, you don't have fresh rolls, don't fucking sell the cheesesteak.
no,
The cheesesteak starts with the roll, man. Just fucking
Yeah,
get fresh rolls.
I think the dynamics of it in the industry is some guys don't know how to handle that. You know what I mean? I know what you're saying. I've gone to places
Yeah.
and we're trying.
If I run out of rolls, I run out of rolls.
Yeah, that's a good
We've
thing.
had the same
That's
thing.
a good thing.
Yeah,
Amen, Joe.
we hate to have it
Amen.
happen, but Saturdays,
it.
I don't want nothing in the
Rather than
house.
stocking the cooler with bread, and
Yeah.
you're going to serve a shitty product, and
No, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Well-
It's a dynamic that you have to work around. You really do.
Joe, we thank you for being here.
Yeah.
The pizza was fucking great.
Thanks, guys.
Again,
Yeah.
give a shout out.
Give a shout out.
Go
Name
ahead,
me
Joe.
a pizza shop.
Go
Tell
ahead, Joe.
everybody, Joe.
No, it's Mountainside Pizza, 2712 Mountain View Drive in Bath, PA.
So
Amen.
the place has been there at least 25, close to 30 years.
It was built in 1962.
Oh wow, longer. So it's a legendary store up that way.
Yeah, it's
Legendary store. Joe
It's
owns
all
it.
for you to move it like this. Good job, Joe. Good job.
Good job, Joe. Again, we appreciate you coming down here, having some beers with us. Again, smoking a cigar. Again, first time cigar smoker, maybe.
Yeah, man.
All right, there you go.
We turn people out on it. We convert
got it
everybody.
there. So, last thing, we'll wrap this up, and then we'll have one more segment with a couple more topics that we're going to talk about and finish this episode up. Joe, anything you want to say? Anything just in general to everyone out there?
Nah, I just.
Well, you made new friends tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
it.
you know the
You
door's
guys,
open.
Just
man.
something
you know?
in general, like you said
Yeah.
earlier. Hey, you want everyone to be on the same page, basically, right?
Yep.
Be on the same page, enjoy the pizza, and hey, at the end of the day, we're all going to enjoy some
October
good pizza.
1st, you come and hang with us at the pizza show?
Yeah, October
Atlantic
1st.
City.
I always wanted
Atlantic City.
should go.
So come down.
We're all
I've seen
going.
the one year you went to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been
he
to
goes all
Vegas.
the time.
Oh my God.
I know.
He fell off the stage in Vegas, just so you know.
So, Joe, this is an open invite for you.
Yeah.
October 1st, International Pizza Expo at Atlantic City.
Northeast
at the
Pizza Expo,
Northeast,
yeah.
excuse me, Northeast Pizza Expo. We'll all be there. We got enter.net, booth 419.
And if you could go,
and
it's
we'll
good
be
for you
there.
to go.
Yeah, and if you want to come.
Down, I'll go.
In your
Hard Rock,
father's
fuck your
thoughts,
Yeah.
Hard Rock.
honestly answer me this. In your father's thoughts, would you ever think you'd be sitting here talking pizza with guys like this? And a lot of times guys think that guys are standoffish. It's an open door. It's a warming effect, no?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
To know you're not alone. And more guys should get that feeling. The more people we can bring into the fold and realize we're all not alone in this, because what happens is you feel like you're in a tunnel.
Correct.
You know, and you shouldn't. You should be able to pick up the phone like the Sicilians used to do back in the 70s, 80s, early 90s.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
There
This
you go.
guy's talking.
But that's what they did. Oh, he's over there.
All right.
This guy's like loosey-goosey.
There we go.
But back in the day, that's what would happen. Everybody communicate.
All right. Well, we want to thank you, Joe, again.
Thanks, guys. I
It
appreciate
was
it.
awesome having you on.
Good having you, man. Pleasure.
Good having you. He's going to stay
Gotta have
around,
another beer.
have another beer while we go on the episode, or excuse me.
Try the pizza.
segment-
It's good.
Segment 3.
Mountain View Pizza,
of
Bath,
episode 3.
Pennsylvania.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Why the fuck you do that?
There we go. All right, we're back for the last segment here, episode 3, Pizzafellas podcast. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also have a TikTok now. Took me and Antonio about fucking 20 minutes of frustration to start that fucking shit up.
And Spotify.
Spotify, yes, we will be on Spotify once we get that going. But we're going to start and we're going to end here. These segments, we're going to have 3 more topics. And we will spin that wheel, that bourbon wheel that we will have at booth 419
Northeast
at the
Pizza
Northeast
Expo.
Pizza Expo in Atlantic City at the Convention Center. Again, October 1st and 2nd at Atlantic City Convention Center, Northeast Expo, Pizza Convention, booth 419. We'll do that at the end. So to start us off here, first topic, we got Oliver here.
A lot of restaurants, a lot of places went out of business due to COVID, but here's some interesting statistics on pizza shops. February 1st, 2020, prime COVID, 71,440 pizza shops. February 1st, 2023, 78,301 pizza shops. So there was 6,900 pizza shop increase since COVID, and because pizza shops
New businesses, you said?
new business, new pizza shops. So,
So there's about
6,900.
let's say
7,000.
7,000 shops
And
open from February
and
2020.
my perception
to
is
now.
that's the value in pizza. People are going to pizza because it's value compared to some of these other places. So what do you guys attribute this to?
Wow, that's a statistic that I'm just sitting back and I'm like digesting.
So
right
let me
now.
understand this. During the COVID,
There were 71,000
Today?
pizza shops.
Yeah.
Today?
So
Now
from
there's
2020, so in 3 years, almost 7,000
new independent pizza shops
are
opened
open
up.
in the U.S.
Wow. Well, you know what I can attribute to it, just digesting it real quickly in my head, is that during COVID, one of the biggest things that everybody was saying, that pizza shops were one of the greatest things that ever were during COVID. We had the greatest model. We had, we were set up for this kind of business.
Number one business.
It was, you know what I
During
mean?
COVID.
Like when we can convert over outside of like sit-down restaurants or some other kind of food vendors that were out there. It was very easy for a
bulletproof.
pizzeria
It was bulletproof.
to convert. And what did I say earlier to Joe? Joe, I mean, I thought in COVID we did better than we're doing now. Our costs were much better. I mean, every one of our costs were much better. So I think from that, there was a lot of people, look, the world came to a halt. So you have all these people like, what am I waiting for? You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing here? So since this was a great model, guys jumped on board. I can do this. I can get this done. And I think that's a quick answer off the top of my head, thinking why people did it, just because of all the hype pizza shops got.
I think it's in the delivery too, because a lot of people want to eat at home now. They get delivery, and pizza travels well, and all the other foods in a pizza shop travels well.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
does.
order. I know my wife orders from. She gets takeout from Outback Steakhouse. tastes like crap by the time you get it home.
It doesn't deliver well.
It doesn't.
Restaurant food.
Doesn't.
You got to come home. You got to use your oven. You got to heat it up. You got to get a pan out or something to make the food get better.
But it is interesting though, talking on pizza
also
traveling well. Some do and some don't though.
What would be interesting also is think about it. How many pizza shops closed, right?
During COVID?
During COVID. I would probably say not many.
No.
Unless you were in a state that completely shut you down.
Well,
Yeah.
to get into that, you got to understand, we didn't know what COVID was. We kind of knew what it was, but we didn't know what it was.
No, at first nobody
so-
did. No.
So
no one knew.
I would say 50% were scared. Mm-hmm. Did they close?
Fuck,
Did they
I
let
would say
people
more
in?
than that.
You know, they were taking precautions, this, that, and the third. You know, you get people jumping up and down. You can't fucking open. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't take a shit. You can't take a piss. You can't do that. Then the other 50% had I shouldn't say had the balls, but had the balls to do it.
Or
You
had
have no
the right
choice.
mind.
I mean, you have
no
no
choice.
choice.
You're
No
backed down.
choice.
You're backed up into a wall.
You're backed up into a wall. So
I mean,
they opened
that's
and
where
they
we were.
succeeded.
I'll
I'll tell you what. We did more business during COVID with a skeleton crew
Skeleton crew.
than we're doing today.
And looking for employees.
And another thing, supply wasn't there. You used what you got.
I didn't have problems during COVID.
No.
You guys,
we delivered.
you guys always made sure I was filled.
Yeah,
I got what I wanted.
Not
during
only
COVID.
you,
My
Joe,
problems-
everybody. We delivered.
I found that was not our issue. I
Yeah,
mean,
certain companies did deliver. But another thing, too, when you open up these shops, I also think there were some investors out there that thought, you know what? Look what the fuck's going on.
Sure.
So
Definitely.
would you say maybe 80% of the pizza industry, 80% of the pizza industry, pizza shops out there, 60 to 70% of their business is delivery and takeout of an independent pizzeria?
80%?
80% almost.
I don't know if I'm going to quote on that because I would love to see those statistics.
That
and
would
stuff.
be interesting, but that's what I'm thinking because
I
our
think
takeout and delivery
eight
was
out of
so
10.
intense.
Here's my thing on that 7,000 pizzas. It just came to my mind when you said that. I think in those 7,000 pizzas, I think you got more. This is a thought I have. I think there's more high-end pizza shops that are opened in that 7,000. I think more artisan-style pizza guys opened up. I think more guys that were with the
that's true,
coach,
too.
and that's who I think the guys that said, "Why ain't I making this step?" And that's who, because when you see that, when I look on my phone and see guys in the last 3 years, a lot of those guys is the guys I'm seeing that open shops. You know, with special ovens, they're doing this with their dough. You know, they're creating different things. So I would say it went, but those guys aren't your average shop. They're charged. I mean, they're making a 10, 12-inch pie and getting $16, $17
Yeah.
for it, and people are paying
Yeah.
it like with no problem. You know,
Yeah,
they don't complain when they go to that fire oven place.
And out of those
You
seven,
know.
another statistic we don't know, but we should look up,
Got to look it up, yeah.
is out of those 7,000 pizza shops that opened up, how many of them are duplicates? You know, how many of them are, this guy opened up 4, this guy opened up 5, or he opened up 5 more, you know? So he just expanded on his COVID business that was succeeding and making so much money during that period and said, fuck, I can make this in 6 different shops. Let me open up 6 more at a different area. You know, that's another interesting fact in that point.
The flip side to that is, and we always go back to this.
Maybe that's
is-
why we can't find help because there's 7,000 more freaking shops in
Who knows? That's what I was
in the
getting
United
at.
States.
That's what I was getting at. I mean, today's age and time is help. You know, I was listening.
And it doesn't come cheap.
I was listening to this fucking local news today, or was it yesterday, that Pennsylvania exceeded like 1 or 2%. In other words, the unemployment rate, is low. But I'm in pizza shops all fucking day, and the main thing that pizza shop owners tell me is, I need help.
Yeah, but unemployment is low due to facts that first of all, the influx of people coming into our country.
They can subtly
that
work.
changes. They can,
But they're
subtly
not
work.
working, Joe.
I
They're putting
I don't know
understand.
what they're
I
doing.
They're putting
understand.
them in fucking luxury hotels.
Did
Yeah,
you real
I don't
quick?
know what the hell's going on
Let's
there.
just
It's-
elaborate quick on this. I was listening to again. We shouted him out in the first podcast, I believe, and I'll shout out again. PBD, Pat Bev David's podcast. Do you know the average salary right now for a UPS worker?
$43
this.
an hour.
Nope.
I heard
170 for a year with benefits and everything.
$100,000 minimum.
As a driver?
As a 50,
Yes.
it's like $50 an hour. Comes to about $100,000 a year.
And then
and
then
they
the
just got
benefits,
it.
it comes up to a lot
Benefits.
more.
For a UPS driver.
Yeah, it's about
They
43
just lost.
starting
the
drive.
union went on strike or
Yeah.
something like that. You can look it up yourselves.
Oh, hats off for them to getting out.
But no,
I mean-
but what I'm saying is you're asking where these people are going. We've talked before to people. I said we got to pay a certain person that's in our business this level so that they don't leave us to go to these jobs. Because at the same time, you got to understand, you got to make them, in a sense, there's certain employees you got to make feel comfortable and pay them at the right rate that they give you the work that they're paying at. And where you're asking why the unemployment rate's so low, it's easy. The influx of people and the jobs that are they're going to Amazon. They're going here. They're going to these, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just letting you know what's happening, where it's going, and it's tough. It is very tough nowadays. So for them even to open the 7,000 shops, independent pizzerias, that's a crazy statistic, man.
Yeah.
And that was during
100%.
COVID. So for 3 years, this happened.
Yeah.
And the pizza shops battled the best against COVID. So shout out to Taste of Sicily in Palmyra, PA. I don't know if you guys followed that place.
Yeah, great people.
This
Oh,
woman was
man.
no joke. I can't remember her name. She's got the Long Island accent.
Oh.
She ended up getting about 80,000 followers.
Yeah.
And she just was open every day, dining room, no masks. And they got fined about $16,000.
Who is that? That Goombas guy?
It's called Taste of
That
Sicily.
Goombas,
It was
yeah,
it was a
Taste
woman.
of
The wife
Sicily.
did all the
but it was
things.
the guy who was on Facebook.
Yeah, and then
who got in trouble with the the
So-
people. The health department came in.
Yeah.
his Goombas this. Goombas
well, they were
this.
having the daily updates still from Harrisburg, and they won in court.
Yeah,
And
they didn't pay their fine. They didn't have to pay
they
the fines,
they won.
right?
They didn't
Yeah.
have to pay that $16,000. And somebody
Yeah.
asked the governor, and the governor's like, "I'm going to go back after them." But the cool
Fuck
thing
him.
was,
Think about what he said. I got to
They-
go back after him.
they were-
Fuck the
You guys-
governor.
how about going after
Yeah.
the crime in Philadelphia? How about
Yeah.
the ATVs right in the fucking street?
Yeah, why don't you go
Goddamn
after them, you
cocksuckers.
fucking
She-
piece of shit?
she was
Talk about
having
the
she was
fat
having a live video. People were lined up outside, coming from as far as Pittsburgh. The best part was the health inspectors came in. The health inspector came in, said, "I have to fine you $10,000. You have to shut down immediately." They said, "Absolutely not." She got the whole place that was packed. Stand up, clap for her.
Good.
Good
and,
for her.
and then she called. The health inspector called the police. The police said, "We can't enforce this. This isn't a local law or
It's a
federal law."
mandate. It's a mandate.
And then the police ordered a pizza. That was the best part about it. That was the best part about it. And that was all
Well,
live on her
you
Facebook
know what,
page
though?
with 80,000 followers.
During COVID, it went from community to community. So if you were with a police force that was being led by
Right.
a person that had an agenda, you had to put up with the shit. But if you were somewhere where they realized mandates are not laws, you were in a comfortable situation, I have to say. And then the health bureau is what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
I actually remember a day in your shop when the masks were still mandatory, and I remember a woman saying something, and then two police officers came walking in and didn't have masks on. It was
Well,
like
listen,
the way to do it.
it is crazy. I'm glad that they opened up 7,000 new pizza shops. I hope they're still doing well. We'll look at more statistics as we get to the next episode. But we're gonna go on
that'll be
to
good.
we're gonna go on to another topic here, and we're gonna change it up a little bit here because I wanted to talk about it. Sports.
All right.
Football's coming up, guys. We got NFL next week. We got college football starting tomorrow. Florida versus Utah. Some of these big sports are coming on. My question to all you guys is, how do you feel about everything that has gone on with people who have sudden heart attacks? These players that are going off.
Yeah, that's wild.
You see those videos. You got the soccer players. You got the football players. You know, you got people like
You got high school basketball players.
Did
players.
they get the shot?
LeBron James.
Most did.
Well, we know that. LeBron James, son Brian James, hope he's doing well.
Yeah, I hope his son is
Hope
doing
his
well.
son is doing very well. But,
don't want that to
he
happen.
fell over. You have all this
It's scary.
What's your thoughts on the sports coming up? You know, with all this coming out, you see the White House saying, hey, COVID vaccine, we got the new COVID vaccine for the fall.
Yeah, fuck that.
What are you going to do with the sports aspect of it and saying, like, these guys got to, come on, make some sense into it, right?
So I think every individual is entitled to do their own thing, right?
Yes.
As far as the humane thing to
Personal choice.
do. Me personally, talking about me, I am not. I was vaccinated when I was born. I guess the doctor gave me a couple shots. That's what my mom said.
It's where your
I don't
hair
know.
went.
I got a scar from my vaccination
Yeah.
back here. They hit a
So,
nerve.
I mean, at the end of the day, did I take the shot? No. I mean, you want to beat me up? Yeah, beat me up.
No,
You know,
but with the sports-wise,
But the
you know.
sports-wise,
Like
this is
these
not-
young kids
You know, we
shouldn't-
talk about this shit and they say it's conspiracy theories and this and that and this, but sometimes our conspiracy theories, most of the time, are not
true.
are not conspiracy theories. They're true. So, does the shot have to do with anything about a person getting a heart attack? I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor, but
There's
kind of
facts
everything
out there.
points to that.
Myocarditis,
prior to 2020, we didn't see any of this. So you have to say, I mean, there's got to be something going on. I mean, is
And
it in the water? Is it in the air? I
Well-
mean, is it in the food?
Well, look at Vietnam.
What is it? You
Look
know?
at Vietnam.
Agent Orange?
These, well, in Vietnam, you know, these boys went out and protected us. Went out and protected our country, represented our country. And what the fuck did the government do? Fucking give them a shot in the ass and say, this is good for you. They came out all fucked up.
They did.
Not all of them, but the majority of them did.
a lot.
Yeah, that was
You know, that's
crazy,
devastating.
Crazy time.
And shout out to the veterans, because without them,
without veterans,
shout out to the
you know,
I mean, the
all
military
military,
guys,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Police
But on
force,
a lighter-
fire guys,
Fire guys, everyone.
I mean,
all the
he-
first responders.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone out there.
and then you got talking about this. You know, you got EMS coming to your house, paramedics coming out, police coming to your house, and then you have the audacity to fucking bash these people. Yes, I understand. Not every apple is ripe. I get that, but for the most part, these are people's careers that put their life on the line.
Yeah. They're banking on it.
They're banking on
They're
it.
banking on them to succeed.
You know.
You know, for example, real quick, DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
You know, he's finally back out there. Congratulations to him to being back on the field. But that's a scary point. And you can say it's a conspiracy, but at the end of the day, you know, you saw his interview on CBS. And when they asked him about it, he didn't say a word. He said, I don't want to get in trouble.
That
You know,
was crazy.
so stuff like that, it makes you think a little more. And at the end of the day, we'll go on a little lighter subject. Again, with football season coming up, I know me. You guys can see it now. Dallas Cowboys right here.
So what do you do if you're a
Dallas
Dallas
Cowboys.
fan and your wife's a hardcore Eagles fan? Well, how's that
You
go?
yell at
How's
her
that
every
happen?
Sunday like I do right now. Shout out to
Yeah.
my wife, Ashlyn, but I yell at her every weekend. The
Yeah.
Eagles suck.
Ashlyn's
And I'm
an
a
Eagles
Philly
fan?
boy. Yeah, she's an
Yeah.
Eagles fan.
Hardcore.
It's crazy.
I
Whoa,
did.
now truth
we
comes
hear that in
out.
the background. I
Truth
did
comes
pick-
out.
But I'm a Cowboys fan. What about you?
I'm a Dolphins fan.
Oh, you think the Dolphins are going to do well this
I
year?
think we're going to be up there. I think so.
Yeah, but
Hey,
You've been waiting a long time, my friend.
yeah, I'll still wait.
Patience is a grace.
That's right.
You got Tua in the concussion.
Marino, come back, bro.
Dad, you're a Steelers fan?
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a fan of them. I've been for many years since the 70s.
Oliver?
Yeah, Jets. I mean, every year I
You're
say
a Jets fan?
Jets fan.
Jets,
That
Jets,
fucking
Jets.
explains everything.
Jets, Jets,
Hey,
Jets,
hey,
Jets.
Owie, my 8-year-old, he's been picking like crazy picks, and he literally said to me in the car the other day, he goes, I think the Jets are getting to the Super Bowl this year, and
With
he hasn't
fucking-
been wrong.
With Aaron Rodgers?
Fuck yeah.
well,
Fuck yeah.
Listen, you're going to
They got a
laugh.
lot of
definitely
people
gonna make 'em
around
better.
them.
I
Yeah.
Give him a
Make it
bottle
better.
of whiskey. He'll do okay.
I just put $100 on him plus
you?
$1,300 to win the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I could see Aaron Rodgers coming out. Think about it. He's been the Super Bowl MVP for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Or not,
True.
excuse me, not Super Bowl MVP, and NFL,
NFL
MVP.
MVP.
2 years out of the past 3 years, he's been NFL MVP.
Yeah. And
man's
they got the
pretty fucking
people
good.
around them. I mean, quarterback's been their problem, and this
And
could
they
be
got
the
a
year.
great coach.
Yeah, they do.
Robert Saleh. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, that
Yeah.
guy is.
Could be the year. Could be the
that
year.
could be the year.
Not saying they're going to win, but I think they could get there.
So, real quick on that, you know how they're doing Hard Knocks?
No.
Well, Jets
The
are
Jets
doing
are
Hard
doing it?
Knocks
Oh.
on HBO.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who the voiceover is in
No.
Hard Knocks?
Who?
The guy from what's that show, Ashlyn? The Irish guy. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ray Donovan
Is the voiceover
is the voiceover for Hard Knocks. You know Ray Donovan?
Cheers to that.
On Showtime?
on Showtime?
He's the voiceover. He showed up on a helicopter. Yeah. Yeah. Chris. Lee Striver. He's a Ray Donovan on Showtime. He's the voiceover, so he shows up in a helicopter. And guess who else showed up on a helicopter the other day on Hard Knocks? Karate Kid guy.
Oh, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Come
He
on.
showed up.
Come
And
on.
He broke down the huddle at the end. Him, and then the other guy was Method Man. How many fucking guys are Jets fans all of a sudden? I never seen so
yeah.
many Jets fans in my life.
Hey, you want to watch a show? Netflix, The Swamp, Florida Gators. I just watched the 3 or 4
yeah,
episodes.
you were saying that.
I let my 8-year-old watch it, and he was a little bit out of
It's on
control.
Netflix?
But yeah, I tell you what, he's in practice blowing people up now because he watched that show, and they
That
train like
exciting.
they're in the military in there.
Yeah, that show is awesome, and also Urban
That was,
Meyer.
that was
is-
no fucking joke, man.
when he fucking made them wrestle
yeah.
on a mat.
Oh yeah, that
to
was the
war,
best part.
To war. He said to them, he said, if you think you're the toughest motherfucker here, if you want to make this team, sorry guys, I'm cleaning up a mess here I made. If you want to make this fucking team, okay, Urban Meyer came out and said, you're going to fucking wrestle. And they wrestled on a fucking mat, and these guys said they killed each other. Absolutely killed each other. That's a good series.
The good old days of football.
Good old days.
The good old days when people actually.
Yeah,
know each other.
it was no joke, but
That's a good one. All right, for the last
Hey,
topic.
listen, I got one thing to say on that.
Go ahead.
Could you imagine if Dick Butkus played football today? He'd get arrested on the field.
Of course.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you
you
realize
can't hit a quarterback anymore.
People could not even accept that kind
No.
of tragedy. On it. That was the most ballistic style fight you've ever seen.
What's his name from Indiana? Bobby fucking from
who?
Indiana. The basketball coach from
Oh,
Indiana.
Bobby Knight.
Bobby
Bobby
Knight.
Knight.
Bobby Knight.
Imagine Bobby Knight coach basketball right now.
I mean,
Now,
Yep.
the difference. The
whole
shit.
different world
Another
out there.
episode, Showtime on HBO.
Yep.
The Magic
Yep.
series, the Lakers series.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fucking good series. Jerry Buss talking about that. But we'll go in here. Our last topic we're going to talk about here. And we came up with this. Shout out to Barstool Sports. Dave Portnoy just bought the company back for $1. Fucking dollar. Okay.
Dollars. Did he
Just
sell
bought-
it for $1 billion?
Multiple.
like what, 500 million or something?
I don't know,
Something like
whatever
that.
the hell it was. But he bought it back for $1. Comes in. There's videos of him, going back to the studio, yelling at his employees. It's 9:35. This motherfucker's not here. It's 10 o'clock. This guy's not here. It's 11:30. This guy hasn't even showed up. He's only wrote 3 blogs in the past month. What's going on in the company? He's on fire right now going out. What's your, point of view on Dave Portnoy when it comes to his business mindset and his pizza influence on the industry?
I watch him a lot. He does a lot of pizza shops that we service, and the man has an opinion, and it's a fair opinion. Okay, he's his own man.
Now
Yeah,
it's
not
a fair
the best,
opinion.
but it's fair.
His opinion when he first started off was not fair.
No,
He actually went in with a thought process, and he didn't understand pizza when he first started doing it. But now he realized, in my watching him over the years, he's changed. He's realized, hey, what I'm doing here is not the best for the
shops,
consumer. It's affecting families.
correct.
And he's changed his whole approach to it in 150% turn. Because in the beginning, he was just destroying people.
Yes,
And he couldn't fucking put a pizza together if it saved his life. He couldn't touch dough. And that was the problem that was so fucking horrible about it. Was it entertaining? Fuck yeah. But there was some pizza shops that suffered due to the guy. And then, at the end, he's come full circle. And now I think he's at the right space. I mean, there's another side to Portnoy that people don't realize is the business side.
Yeah,
And that's what he is.
And he didn't get to where he was because he's a fucking idiot.
No.
I mean, he's
got to where he
donated
was.
money to shops that he knew he blew up.
Listen,
and
I got
things
his
like
I got
that.
his Barstool shirt on. Portnoy Must.
there you go.
2024.
That would be interesting, huh?
That would be interesting, huh?
Yeah. Why not?
Got to get rid of the blue check mark, though. You need the X.
Yeah, we need the X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think he did well for the industry. I think he did some
Yeah,
things.
he
I think
caused a lot of
took
excitement.
I think he took advantage at a time in the industry that said, you know what, there's a void in this. There's no one doing it.
Yeah.
There's no one going around. I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to get to popular places due to my level of success.
His best videos, though, were during COVID when he was sitting in the fucking apartment, fucking drunk off his ass, like fucking eating pizzas sent to him and stuff. That was the best.
Well, you know who does a great job up in Northeast PA? Is Jim Marabelli.
Jim Marabelli just reached out
shout
to him
out
the
to
other
him.
day. I want to
Yeah,
have
he
him
does
on
a
the show.
fantastic job. He does a quality.
And he's being featured on
PMQ.
PMQ.
Yeah,
Pizza
he does
Magazine
a
Quarterback.
real quality review. He really does. And you know,
He's a great guy.
I've
He's a
spoken to
great
Jim
guy.
multiple times, and
We had him at the shop. The
Yeah.
shop, and he's a good friend. And he does good
I
for
turned him
pizza.
to you. Yeah.
He does good job
Yeah,
for pizza.
so-
Very
I
fair
mean-
review he does.
Yeah, he does a fair review. He does a great job up in Northeast Pennsylvania. I mean, listen, that's a whole nother market.
Yep.
Oh,
you know-
my God.
Yeah, that's another episode. But there's a guy up there too, D. Matias Food Fight.
Yeah, he's
He
another
does all
guy.
kinds of
He's-
shit. He does
Yeah, he's a
every
good guy.
restaurant, but
He does.
he doesn't have as many followers as he should just
no,
yet.
but he's stand up.
He's
stand
good
up.
at doing his videos, and he's a stand-up guy. And I
But
like
he's
to
a
get him in
positive,
here
You
as
know,
a
shout
guest
out to
too.
He's a
him.
positive.
Shout out to him. Listen,
Yep.
you want to come down? Come down.
Yeah,
I'll
so-
reach out to you.
So that's something we're gonna look at in the future. One day I'm up there for work. I'm gonna pick up probably Ravello's, Acaro and Janelle, I think is the other one,
that's
and there's
gonna
a
be,
third nerd. We're gonna
that-
bring down 3 different
I don't
Old
th-
Forge pizza shops, so we're gonna do a little comparison.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna bring him down. That episode, we'll talk about it. But I think we have a good friend up there. We might change that podcast to his
Location.
his location, and
I think
do
I
it
know
up
who you're
there.
talking about.
yeah.
And
Well, your shop,
I think
Lino's,
we'll-
is a killer shop up there.
We'll
Yeah,
we'll
That's who
definitely.
we're talking about.
Okay,
No.
He's
We're
talking about something else.
Oh, really?
Someone
Yeah.
else.
you can throw
but
their name out. Something, you know.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But if we do that, well, that's another. But I think Dave Portnoy, he has done some positives. He's turned it around, and I think that's a good topic to talk about. And now going on in the industry, especially for him just taking over.
Hey, maybe we
for
can
a
get him down to
fucking
Atlantic
dollar.
City.
Yeah,
he's in the
maybe.
East Coast here.
Let's get him down here. You know, I went to
So-
school up in Boston, so
So
something
what I like,
that.
he when he critiques boardwalk pizza shops, it's not the greatest pizza, but it's boardwalk pizza.
Yeah.
But some people like, I love it. So when he does the reviews, he segregates it and says, this is the best of the boardwalk pizzas, not the best of the pizzas.
Oliver, you know what it is?
So-
if you're from, no offense, Houston, Texas,
Exactly.
or you're
You
from
have your own style. Everybody has their own
everybody
style.
has their own style. It is what it is. It's what they're used to. You understand?
Yep.
You bring them to here, they're gonna think our pizza's, you know, not
Yeah,
that
but what
great.
do I always say? If you're judging pizza wherever you are in the country or in the region, you have
gotta-
to understand
gotta
what
bring
you're
in their
eating.
locals, yeah.
And you have to then judge it on that.
Yeah, on their
not
local.
on what you grew up on.
Exactly.
And that's where you have to be able to have that ability inside you when you taste it. And that's a problem in the industry when people go out and they're like, well, this isn't what I grew up on. That's not what we're bringing you here for.
Exactly.
You know, we're bringing you here to taste this, what others grew up on, and say a good comment on it.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up here, episode 3. Let's fill up our shots.
Yep.
We gotta
Ashlyn,
get
you
our
coming over to
shots.
spin the wheel?
What is?
We're bringing Ashlyn in as a special guest.
No,
Spin the
we're gonna
wheel.
have Joe.
Oh, shut
Joe.
the fuck up.
Come on.
There you go.
She's our-
Everyone take a celebratory shot.
You want a shot, dickhead, or no?
Little one. Like your dick.
All he does is fucking talk.
Little shot.
Don't
like your
worry,
dick.
to all our subscribers.
Justin.
All our subscribers
Yeah,
out
get
there.
Joe over here, shot.
This happens on a daily basis.
Joe
If we're
too.
live or if we're not.
Joe, number 2. You
Joe number
give him a
2.
little. It's great.
Okay, here we go. And how do you say it again? Give me it.
Mazel tov.
No, fucking muzzle.
Fucking mazel tov. What the-
Lahaim? What do you say?
How do you say that?
Oh,
Ask the Jewish guy.
Tequila.
Adictivo.
Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico. Okay, here we go.
Fuck.
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel here, guys.
Hold on.
That was the.
Tommy went.
No, we're gonna get Joe to do it. Our guest.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna
Joe.
get
yeah.
Joe. Get in
you're
here.
Coming in and spin
Come
the
into
wheel.
the camera,
come in
Joe.
here. Hold the base.
Come
and
into
then,
the camera.
Spin it hard, dude. Spin it hard.
All right, here we go. What do we got?
Where we at?
Weller.
Weller.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
That's
gonna
a
win
new
the bottle?
winner.
Weller.
Oh, this-
That's a new winner. Weller bottle right here. Guys, Weller bottle. That's a fucking good bottle of bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
Original weeded bourbon, special reserve Weller bottle. Straight from Kentucky, straight bourbon whiskey.
Justin, we had
Delicious.
that. No?
No, we haven't had that one yet.
All right.
That's a big bottle.
Congratulations. Cheers. Justin, here you go. All right. Cheers.
Yeah,
Salute.
as
Salute.
we cheers, we're gonna talk
Let's
about
cheers.
the pizza show.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
bitches.
Oh, it's so good.
Go ahead.
Wow, smooth. So listen, we've got October 1st and 2nd, the Northeast Pizza Expo, Pizza and Pasta Expo down in Atlantic City. Don't forget, booth 419, enter net.
419.
419.
419.
Justin, the man Juice on the board here.
Juicy juice.
Juicy Juice. We got booth 419. You got to stop by. Every hour, we're going to be spinning the wheel and giving away a bottle of bourbon from Internet Juice
Not cheap
here.
shit either. Good shit.
No, all good bourbon.
shit.
And if you like smoking cigars, you can hook up with us later on. We'll be smoking somewhere. Hard Rock, who knows?
Hey, feel
But we'll be-
feel free to come down and buy us drinks.
And then we're going to be doing some stuff there with the Pizzafellas podcast. So don't forget, October 1st and 2nd, booth 419, Pizza and Pasta Northeast. My man Juice, Internet. If you need it, you got to call him.
Increase
get your
your
website.
business.
Increase your business. Talk to him. He's awesome. Juice is the man. Guys, podcast number 3. We're signing out.
It's a wrap.
Cheers.
It's a
Hey,
wrap.
all the Pizza Fellow Goombas, statazi. Ciao.
See you guys. Thank
out.
you. We're out.
Good job, guys.
It's a Pizzafellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizzafellas.